And tonight we will learn about the history of the atom. It all started when a Greek philosopher named Democritus wondered if matter could be divided infinitely or if there was a stop.
He used logic to figure out that matter could not be divided infinitely. It was indivisible. He named it atomos because it meant that it could not be cut.
The atoms were small, hard particles made of the same material, but they all had different shapes and sizes.
Although his theory was relevant, it was forgotten for 2,000 years because everyone believed that everything was made of the main four elements: earth, wind, fire, and air. This is because it was proposed by Plato and Aristotle. They were more important and powerful figures in the Greek history, so people believed what they said and not what Democritus proposed.
Welcome back to the Rachel Gray Show. I'm your host, Rachel Gray. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very rich and easy to make plum pudding for the upcoming holidays. The holidays are a time for celebrating happy times of good year and the start of a new one with the best foods of the year. The ingredients you need are 1.5 cups of milk, 3 cups of dried plums, 1/4 cup of dried raisins, 4 of these homemade quick-to-make pudding, and a cup of sugar. To make the pudding, you need to add the milk, the plums, the pudding mix, and the sugar. Then you need to stir it all together and then put it in the fridge for 45 minutes. While we wait for the 45 minutes to pass, I'll explain to you how I learned this great plum pudding recipe. My teacher in school spent a whole class eating plum pudding and explaining to me how plum pudding is a perfect example of how J.J. Thomson's theory that atom is not the smallest particle and it contains protons, neutrons, and electrons. He said an atom is a neutrally charged particle because it is a positively charged substance with small negatively charged particles called electrons contained inside the area of an atom. For our pudding, the raisins are the small negatively charged particles contained within the positively charged pudding. Now that 45 minutes are up, I'll show you the plum pudding. As you can see, the plum pudding's done and ready to be eaten for all your holiday festivities and partying times.
Welcome to 7 News at 10. I'm Jack Duffy. Our top story tonight is the building on the electron cloud model for the atom. Niels Bohr first created this cloud model in 1913. He assumed that an atom was something like a solar system, with a nucleus in the center with an electron orbiting the atom, held by opposite charges. His atom was good in explaining hydrogen, but not in many other elements that were more complex. An equation is given as a wave function for the electron, which is a mathematical description of where the electron can be. However, it does not say where exactly the electron is. Now on to weather and sports with Brian.
It all started out with Democritus. First, no one gave him a chance. But then came Dalton to us, brought all these ideas back for another day. This time we listened, found out there weren't just elements. From a boy from England, didn't just listen to Aristotle's testaments. Now let's see what J.J. has cooking. Found out atoms have small parts. His model looked like plum pudding. Thomson's name for electrons were corpuscles. Then came Rutherford with the nucleus. He figured they had protons. But his idea was still dubious. He proved it with his foil of gold, making the nuclear atomic model. In science, this became a new mode. Alpha rays, beta rays, just 2 more marvels that were proved by Earth. That's enough about Rutherford. Now Jimmy Cheddar can take us on his journey. He found that neutrons went with protons in the nucleus. The nucleus makes up almost all of an atom's mass, and that wraps up this atom wrap. Word.
Hey Charlie, how you doing? Long time no see. Did you catch that science convention on TV last night? It was awesome! Whoa, hey, I'm gonna have to call you back. Hey kids, how you doing? Welcome to the Science Zone on PBS. Today, we will be learning about chemistry. Awesome! Back in the day, scientists from New Zealand wanted to figure out just exactly how positively charged alpha particles interacted with solid matter. A group of scientists came up with an experiment to see if the alpha particles would be deflected as they pass through a thin foil of gold. Now today we will perform a much easier experiment where you guys at home can follow along. Alright? So all you need, I'm sure all of you have this, 25 marbles, 5 cups, a blindfold, some tape, meter stick, and a buddy. Alright? Kids, how you doing? I brought my buddy here, B-Sass. Alright, he's a little sassy, but he's going to help us out tonight. Hey kids. Alright, so here we got our experiment all set up. Over a meter length, we have 5 cups, evenly spaced and taped down. And 1 meter away from these cups, we have our tape mark and our marbles. Brian, you could sit down right around here. Keep these out of your way.
Oh, thank you.
Got my handy dandy blindfold. And alright, can you see?
No, I cannot.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Alright. You doing okay?
Where are these marbles? Right here?
Yep.
Alright.
Alrighty. So Brian right here,
My tape mark.
he's got 25 marbles and he's gonna roll them. Alright, you got 1 hit. Two hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 5 hits. 6 hits. 7 hits.
That's it.
That's it? Alright, so he's got 7 hits out of it. Welcome back to the show, kids. How you doing? Did you have fun with that experiment? Because I sure did. In our experiment, the marbles represented the alpha particles, and the cup represented the nucleus, and the open space represents the electron cloud. Our results show us that most of the atom is made up of open space, and the alpha particles are repelled from the positively charged nucleus. You know what helps?
Yeah, you need to sit it down. What are you doing?
Filming.
You need to sit down. Simmer. It's Mr. Mark.
Snake, please stop.
Alright, let's just take a look at what you're doing here. Huh?
Mark.
What? Yeah, real productive. Is that